Hi, I am Amisha, and I am in a season of becoming. What does that mean? Becoming a mother, growing in my marriage, and leaning into my faith. I'm stepping into things at this present time that are growing me in ways that I didn't expect, but in really good ways. Before this chapter in my life, I spent years as a TV journalist. I have reported the news, I've anchored, and I've even co-hosted a really cool TV show. Those are all things that I really enjoy doing, and it was my heart's desire because I absolutely love people. And I'm blessed to have been experienced that because I've covered real people, I've covered real communities, and I've covered real moments. And just thinking about that, when I was in the field, I always had an understanding of going beyond the surface of life, beyond the headline.
So this is one of those scenes that makes you want to pull over and just pray for somebody.
Always behind the headline was humanity, and that is something that I put forth first anytime I would report a story where I would share the news with people. And that's something that I carry into my everyday life, even now. This channel is where experience meets evolution. I've learned a lot of things over the years that I would like to share. However, I'm learning things in real time that I would also like to share. This channel is not a place where everything is perfect, but it is a place where growth is happening. I am here because growth is something that we walk through. It's not something that just arrives on its own. So I want you to grow with me. My faith is a big part of how I move through life. It's how I overcome challenges in life. It's how I approach my marriage. It's how I approach motherhood. It's also how I step into accomplishing goals or big ideas that I've set for myself. Even right now, I'm using faith or stepping out on faith to try something new. It's exciting. However, it can also be a little anxiety driven at the same time. I have this will to do, but then I also have sometimes a voice in my head that tries to slow me down and say,
oh no, you're not ready yet, you're not ready yet.
But faith is really just putting yourself out there. So this is an example of doing that in real time. Faith is my anchor in seasons where I feel uncertain and that I'm being stretched. What makes this chapter in my life even more meaningful is that I'm back in the place where I started when I was a young reporter. So it's a full circle moment. But I'm not the same woman that I was back then. A lot of the things that I prayed for then are some of the things that I have now, which is a husband, being a wife, also just being able to see life differently through another lens. Like, I've had so many experiences that are priceless that I've learned, and to be back here is really a opportunity for me to look at how far God has brought me and to see the things, again, like I said, like I prayed for, being manifested in my life now. And now that I'm in this space, I have this responsibility to steward or to look after these amazing blessings that I always prayed for. That's what this space is really about. It's about growth, it's about faith, and it's about that B word, again, becoming. On this channel, you'll see life through a few different lenses. Sometimes we'll talk about what's happening in the world, and we'll pick up a story and we'll look beyond the headline, but we'll really focus more on the context behind it, and looking through like more of a journalistic lens to think a bit deeper and to challenge ourselves a little bit more, but also that human element, which is important, and that thing that I mentioned, that nugget that I take into my day-to-day. You'll see me learning motherhood in real life. It's a very exciting and happy season when you have created a life and brought into the world and you're responsible for nurturing it. I absolutely love that. We'll look at the beautiful parts, and there are beautiful parts, amazing parts that before I was a mother that I didn't even know existed, and now I'm in this space, the mommy bubble. Every small thing is big in my world. However, we'll look into the exhausting parts. We've passed the newborn trenches. It was real. I don't mind revisiting and sharing that experience that I had, but we have other milestones that we will be approaching as well, and I'll be excited to share that with you. I'll also share what it looks like to grow in a marriage, to build a family, and to be very intentional about legacy, not just showing lifestyle. You'll also see me step into some personal goals that challenge me. One of those things, there's as like preparing for a pageant. That's something that is on my calendar this year, and it's happening very soon, so I will be documenting that process. Not only that, but walking through this journey of postpartum. At this time, at the date of this video, I am 4 months, going on 5 months postpartum, and by the time I do my pageant, I'll be at 6 months postpartum. That's something that I really am looking forward to. But not only that, it's the conversation around postpartum and how do you really get your life back per se. Like, it's not really life back, but it's like an evolving, learning oneself, a process that I will be sharing with you, the highs and also the lows and the things that may be the most challenging, but also the most rewarding. There are other things that I have my mind set on, goals that I will be sharing, and I will also be sharing how I accomplish those goals so I can also help you in that process of wherever you are in your journey. If you are in a season of becoming, you are building a life, you are growing in faith, you're being stretched, and you're still figuring things out while showing up, this is the channel for you. I'll be the first to tell you that I don't have all the answers, but I do have experience and I do have perspective, and I have a heart to grow. And if this is something that aligns with you, I want you to be a part of this journey. So subscribe. Let's grow through this season together. So don't forget to click the like button. Also, comment below if you're in a season of transition or just becoming. I'd love to hear your stories, and hit that notification bell also so you can get updates on anytime I drop a video.